A couple years ago, I came across Hungryroot on social media and I decided to test it for a video. Fast forward a couple years later, I had a baby, I was back to working full time, and I was struggling with coming up with meal ideas, meal planning, grocery shopping, cooking dinner every single night. So I decided to give Hungryroot another shot, and I've been a customer ever since. I wanted to post an updated Hungryroot review and kind of walk you through a typical week for me on Hungryroot and just show you the ordering process, cooking all the recipes, kind of taste testing them, and sharing my updated final verdict for the service. I am in Hungryroot's website. So I already have some things in my cart, which I typically always change. Sometimes if I forget to customize it, I get to discover new things and try recipes that I didn't intend to, which has been a positive experience, but overall I like to fully customize what I'm getting. So let's customize my cart for this week. So I like to go in the recipes tab first because that's how I'm pretty much getting ideas. And if I like something, I might get it as is or I might customize it. I don't know. I usually like to go in the chef's picks. These are typically really good. So I'm gonna look through what they have. Smoky hamburger with caramelized onions. That kind of sounds good. Cheeseburger egg rolls. Wow, I've never had that. The way that I see it, that involves a little more cooking that I'm willing to do. So I think I'm gonna save it for later. Okay, I like this one. Honey mustard crusted chicken breast and green beans. So you get green beans, you get a honey mustard, some chicken, and some seasoned panko breadcrumbs. So I already have honey mustard, so I'm gonna edit it slightly. And then overall, the total cost will get reduced if you end up removing ingredients. And I want to change the green beans for different ones. So I'm gonna remove and I'm gonna add from the groceries tab. So I'm going to the groceries tab and I'm gonna get these trimmed French beans. I'm gonna do 2. Okay, so this is my first meal. It's honey mustard chicken with green beans. I'm gonna go to grains and pastas to see if I can maybe add some rice. They have different rice mixes. Organic brown rice sounds good. Okay, I'm gonna do some organic brown rice, 1 package for this meal. So I also like this recipe, which is like a healthier pizza flatbread situation, Korean barbecue chicken pizza with whole wheat sprouted flatbread. So it's like a thin crust and it's kind of healthy. So I'm gonna get this one as well. And it's made with Kevin's Natural Foods Korean barbecue style chicken. So this here is another meal that I really liked when I tried it the first time. It's the green chili vegan chorizo and garlicky polenta. This is a very warm and just comforting meal. I really liked it, so I'm getting it again. So I'm already over my credits, which means I'm gonna do these 3 meals and I'm gonna be ready for this week. So obviously some meals are gonna be more credits, other meals are gonna be less credits. So I would end up between 3 to 4 meals. That's gonna be my cart for this week. Honey mustard crusted chicken breast and green beans, Korean barbecue chicken pizza, and the green chili vegan chorizo and garlic polenta. Okay, so we have the polenta, rainbow veggie mix, green beans are looking good. 2 of those have the panko breadcrumbs for the chicken. Some brown rice. We got some green chili, which is really awesome. It's like salsa verde almost, but creamy. Red onions. These are the flatbread crusts for the pizza. Plant-based chorizo. This is the Korean barbecue style chicken that we're going to be using for the pizza. There's the cheese for the pizza. This is the chicken that we're going to be making a honey mustard crust. And then there is the ice pack on the bottom of the box. Every time I get a box, I very carefully look at the produce and the meat because this is where I typically see issues. In the last year, since I've been a customer, I've had issues with produce not being super fresh. It usually happens with salad mixes where some of the lettuce would be kind of like discolored or slimy or something like this, which obviously is not optimal. I wouldn't say it happens super often, but it has happened a couple of times. And with meat, it has happened to me before once or twice that I would notice that the packaging has been kind of punctured during the travel or maybe during packing. So it has been exposed to air and probably bacteria. Thankfully, they have a super easy process to report any items that are damaged or spoiled, and they give you credit back instantaneously. The first recipe I cooked this week was the Korean barbecue chicken flatbread. I basically just had to reheat the Kevin's Korean barbecue chicken in the pan and mix it with the sauce. Then I had to assemble everything on the pizza and bake it for 5 to 6 minutes. It was super easy and quick. I think it was the perfect weeknight meal in terms of convenience. It wasn't the best thing that I've ever had from Hungryroot, but it was definitely tasty. Next up, I made the honey mustard crispy chicken with green beans, and I also had this leftover packet of jasmine rice from previous order, and I decided to add this to this meal as well. This recipe was a little bit more involved, but still very easy and perfect for a weeknight. I absolutely loved how the chicken turned out, and in terms of effort, it was very low-key. For the green beans, I followed their instructions, but I found that half of my green beans that were not kind of touching the bottom of the pot did not really get cooked, so I had to finish half of them in the pan as well. Overall, I love this recipe and I will definitely order it again. This is the second or third time that I've ordered this meal before, and I think it's really yummy and very comforting, especially for like colder weather. The weather was definitely colder this week, so this was a perfect recipe. First, we need to chop the polenta in kind of like bigger pieces, mix it with water and cook it for a few minutes. While that's going, I also heated up the chorizo in another pan for 5 to 6 minutes. I decided to make a salad from the veggie mix, even though the recipe called for cooking it, just because I felt like something fresh and crunchy. Overall, the vegan chorizo tastes really good, very close to meat. The only con for me is that it's a little bit spicy for me personally. I always struggle with that a little bit, but it pairs really well with the polenta, which is super mild in flavor. Overall, I really like Hungryroot as a simple weeknight/weekday meal solution. I've tried other meal delivery services like that, and to me, Hungryroot is the perfect balance between freshly cooked and low effort and super quick to prepare. It's the perfect balance between taste and convenience. I tried HelloFresh a while back and I did enjoy the taste, but it took me a long time to cook it, especially on the 4-people plan. Maybe I'm just not really good at prepping ingredients and cutting up stuff, so it took me a really long time, and it's not something that I see myself doing every single night of the week. The recipes on Hungryroot are definitely not groundbreaking or gourmet, but what makes them a winner in my eyes is that you can have a quick, delicious, freshly cooked, warm meal on your table in under 30 minutes. And that's a priority for me right now with my busy schedule. I also like the fact that I can buy the individual ingredients and make them into my own meal, or like mix and match them with things that I already have in my fridge. I also like the fact that I get more servings with some of the items, like the bread, for example. I can use it for the recipe, but I also have plenty of leftovers to use with other meals or for breakfast or for a snack. So I think it definitely goes a little bit further. For me, personally, Hungryroot doesn't fully eliminate grocery shopping. I still go to the grocery store regularly to buy items for breakfast and lunch, but it's definitely a great solution for me during the week when it comes to dinners. It really helps me out at that time of the day because that's the most chaotic time for me. So having the recipes ready, having all the ingredients, and having dinner in under 30 minutes, it's totally what I'm looking for during the week. In terms of cons, the only thing that I can really think about is the price. It's more expensive than going to the grocery store, buying all the ingredients and putting the meals together. A lot of these ingredients are totally something that you can find at the grocery store. Other things are just special to them, like they have their sauces, their meats. So I like the fact that you can also find items that are unique to this service, but for the most part, you can definitely find the majority of the ingredients in any grocery store, and you can put the meals together for a lower price. But I think for me, the convenience and just having everything pre-planned for me, it really helps me out at this point of my life. Let me know if you guys have tried Hungryroot, if you have tried other services like that, what's your favorite? Let me know what you thought of the recipes that I tried this week. I'm really looking forward to reading your comments. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you guys enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. If you like my content, please subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.